NASA just made a discovery that has scientists around the world seriously alarmed. Using their Swift satellite, they caught a black hole doing something that's never been seen before, something that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about these mysterious giants. According to their observations, this black hole might actually be flipping its magnetic field, and that's not just strange, it's terrifying. Black holes, while dangerous, are usually predictable. They spin, they pull, they consume, but they don't change their magnetic field. That kind of behavior has never been observed in any black hole, and now it's got top scientists wondering if this is a clue to something much, much bigger unfolding in space. Let's be real, black holes already have a reputation for being some of the scariest things in the universe. They swallow stars, distort space, and warp time. But they do all this while being relatively stable in their behavior. They're not the types to suddenly throw tantrums or change how they work. But this black hole? It decided to act out. One day it was just sitting there at the center of a galaxy behaving like it normally does. The next it started blasting out intense X-ray flares, huge bursts of energy, sharp, bright, and completely unexpected. Now this wasn't just a random flash in the sky. These were regular, pulsing blasts of X-rays that seemed to follow a strange rhythmic pattern. It was as if this black hole had developed a heartbeat. Scientists were stunned. Black holes aren't supposed to have rhythms like that. When they consume matter, the process is chaotic. There's no pattern. But this one had a beat like a drum in deep space. That's when researchers started to worry that this wasn't just a feeding frenzy. It might actually be a sign of something much more bizarre. At first, the team thought the black hole might have consumed a star or a cloud of gas, something that would explain the energy blast. That's usually what causes a black hole to light up. As matter gets pulled in, it heats up, spins fast, and eventually emits high-energy radiation before being swallowed forever. But the more they looked at the data, the more they realized something didn't add up. The pattern of these X-ray flares didn't match anything they'd seen before. It was too neat, too structured, like the black hole was trying to communicate or send a signal. That's when a new theory began to take shape. What if this black hole's magnetic field was flipping? Just like Earth's magnetic poles do every few 100,000 years, flipping north to south and vice versa. Here on Earth, it's a known natural event. Compasses go haywire, but life goes on. But a black hole flipping its magnetic field? That's never been observed before. In fact, many scientists weren't even sure black holes could do that. Their gravity is extreme, their structure simple but powerful. A magnetic reversal would mean an entirely new level of complexity we hadn't even imagined. Swift wasn't designed to spot something like this, but it had been watching this galaxy long enough to catch the action. And as the days went on, more flares kept coming. The pulses didn't stop. The pattern continued. It became clear this wasn't just a one-time event. Scientists across the globe began to pay attention. NASA called in more support. Telescopes from Hawaii, Chile, and even space-based observatories were turned toward the galaxy in question. Everyone wanted a look at what was happening. It was like a cosmic mystery show, and the universe had dropped a huge plot twist. With every new burst of energy, the black hole revealed more of its strange behavior. Then something else caught their attention: the jet. Many supermassive black holes have jets, long narrow beams of matter shooting out at nearly the speed of light. These jets are powered by the black hole's spin and magnetic field. So if the magnetic field was changing, the jet should be affected too. And that's exactly what they saw. The jet started to wobble. At first it was subtle, just a tiny shift. But then it grew, twisting, bending like a fire hose being yanked around. This wasn't just a malfunction or a weird camera glitch. The wobble was real, and it matched what would happen if the magnetic field was flipping. While scientists can't fully prove it yet, all the signs are pointing in that direction. And that's where things get both exciting and unsettling. Because if magnetic flips are possible in black holes, that means our current understanding is incomplete. Everything we thought we knew about how black holes behave, especially the ones at the centers of galaxies, might need to be re-examined. And let's be honest, rewriting cosmic textbooks isn't something anyone takes lightly. To understand the scale of what we're talking about, consider this: the black hole in question is billions of times more massive than our Sun. It's sitting at the center of a galaxy located more than 300 million light-years from Earth. That's so far away, the light that left it when dinosaurs were around hasn't even reached us yet. And still, our little human-built satellite managed to pick up its mood swings, like some kind of space paparazzi capturing a meltdown. Even more remarkable? The Swift satellite wasn't even built to study black holes. It was designed to track gamma-ray bursts from dying stars. So imagine the luck. It's like pointing a camera at your family barbecue and accidentally filming a UFO. Swift just happened to be looking in the right direction at the right time. And thanks to that, scientists now have data that could change how we think about black holes forever. They're not just cosmic vacuum cleaners, they might have inner lives, complex behaviors, and unpredictable cycles we've never noticed before. And just when researchers thought they were beginning to understand it, the black hole changed again, doing something new, something that only added to the confusion. Now here's where the story gets even more interesting. Black holes don't just affect themselves. They influence everything around them: galaxies, stars, time, even the path of light. If this one is undergoing a magnetic field flip, it could have consequences stretching thousands of light years. Jets could bend. Gravitational fields could shift. Matter could be tossed around like space debris in a storm. The ripple effect could be massive. It's like tossing a stone into a pond, except the pond is a galaxy and the stone is a black hole losing its magnetic mind. Scientists are now seriously considering whether this black hole might be trying to tell us something. Not with words, of course, but through patterns, energy bursts, and jet shifts. It's like we're decoding a space Morse code and we've only just figured out the first few characters. Maybe this black hole really is flipping. Maybe it's something even stranger. Either way, it's not normal. And in a universe filled with chaos, the appearance of a pattern, any pattern, is a big deal. It means there's order behind the madness. And that's why NASA and the rest of the scientific world are obsessed. As more people tuned in and fresh eyes examined the data, a new idea began to form, one that could totally reshape what we thought we knew about black holes. This wasn't just another strange cosmic hiccup, it was something deeper. A behavior that seemed calculated, rhythmic, and persistent. Still, not everyone was convinced. Some scientists argued that it might just be a star that got too close and was shredded to pieces by the black hole's gravity, a typical event that can also create intense X-ray outbursts. But even that theory didn't quite hold up once you looked closer. Because here's the kicker: while a torn-apart star might produce a sudden flare, it wouldn't make the jet of energy coming out of the black hole wobble like a metronome. It wouldn't explain the perfectly timed rhythm of energy bursts. And it definitely wouldn't feel like the black hole itself was flipping inside out, rearranging its inner workings like some kind of cosmic reboot. To try and understand this better, NASA turned to the Hubble Space Telescope. Now, Hubble doesn't detect X-rays, but it's excellent at capturing visible light coming from matter swirling around black holes. What Hubble saw was just as bizarre as the X-ray flares. The light near the black hole was changing colors gradually, shifting over time in a way that suggested the entire spinning disk of matter was transforming. That lined up perfectly with the idea of a magnetic field flip. Suddenly, everything, the energy bursts, the shifting light, the swaying jet, all made sense as part of one giant change. The black hole wasn't just acting up, it was rebuilding itself from the inside out. Imagine watching shadows on a wall your whole life, then someone switches on the light and you see the real picture. For a brief, chaotic moment, that's what it felt like. Like we were being allowed to peek behind the curtain of the universe to see what black holes really do when they're not just sitting silently in space. But now that we've seen this, the questions are piling up. Are black holes more active than we thought? Do they go through phases, moods even, like living things? Could this kind of magnetic flip be something black holes have been doing all along, and we just never caught one in the act before now? The possibilities are both thrilling and terrifying. This isn't science fiction, it's real. It's happening in our universe, and right now, astronomers around the world are losing sleep over it. Somewhere in a distant galaxy, there's a black hole behaving in ways no one has seen before. Not just weird in the usual black hole way, but breaking all the patterns we've ever known. Scientists suspect it might actually be flipping its magnetic field, a complete reversal of magnetic poles where north becomes south and everything gets scrambled. It sounds wild, like a plot out of a sci-fi novel, but this could be one of the biggest discoveries in years. If this magnetic flip truly finishes, it could send the black hole's jet of energy veering in a completely new direction. These jets aren't just pretty light shows, they carry deadly radiation across the universe. Now here's where it gets crazy. If that jet ends up pointing toward Earth, even from hundreds of millions of light years away, we could detect the radiation blast. Don't worry, it wouldn't kill us. But it would absolutely ring alarm bells in our observatories. In fact, some of the odd gamma-ray flashes we've seen in the past might have come from events just like this one. Over at NASA's Swift headquarters, the mission team is basically living at their desks. This black hole has become an obsession. Every tiny flicker, every shift in the light, every strange glitch, they're recording it, analyzing it, and double-checking it with laser focus. The intensity is so high that the team even gave the black hole a nickname, Magnetar Prime. Of course, it's not really a magnetar, that's a whole different kind of stellar object. But this black hole is acting so bizarrely, it's earned the comparison. like a runaway cosmic magnet flipping out and taking the laws of physics along for the ride. NASA decided to do something unusual. They shared all the data publicly, letting amateur astronomers, students, and curious minds from around the world join the hunt. What followed was a global frenzy of cosmic detective work. High school students, retirees, and space nerds of every kind jumped in. One teenager in Australia even spotted a flare that NASA had overlooked. Suddenly, this wasn't just a NASA mission. It became a worldwide team effort. Billions of eyes and minds now focused on this one black hole, all waiting to see what it would do next. The universe had everyone's attention like never before. And here's the part that's really got the experts buzzing. This could totally rewrite what we thought we knew about black holes. For decades, we believed black holes were relatively simple, massive, spinning, and endlessly hungry. But now this one is acting more like a living thing. Changing. Adapting. Going through cycles. If magnetic flips are real, that means there's a whole internal system inside black holes that we never even guessed existed. This might be the first real clue that black holes are way more dynamic than just vacuum cleaners of space. It's opening up a whole new line of research. Some scientists even propose that the magnetic flip might not just be a glitch. It might actually light up the area around the black hole. Not the black hole itself, of course, since no light escapes from inside it, but the surrounding space. As the magnetic field twists and flips, it could heat nearby matter, create spiraling plasma, and stretch glowing magnetic filaments across space like fireworks. Imagine glowing ribbons and jets shooting out from the darkness, flashing for just a moment before vanishing again. It's like a cosmic light show happening far beyond what we've ever seen before. Even as scientists tried to wrap their heads around it, the black hole kept pulsing and acting like it was gearing up for something even more dramatic. No one knows what's coming. Some guess it might fizzle out entirely like a fire that burns out in the middle. Others think it might build up to a massive outburst, a final shout from deep space that sends ripples all the way to Earth. It's the not knowing that makes it so compelling. Like standing near a volcano that's been shaking for days, you don't know if it'll go quiet or erupt into history. That's why no one can look away. It's become an addiction like cosmic rubbernecking. Everyone's waiting to see what happens next. And the thing is, this isn't just happening in any galaxy. It's taking place in one with a name that sounds like a line of code. SDSJ 1430+2303. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, right? It might not sound poetic, but what's happening there is nothing short of revolutionary. In the middle of that galaxy is a monstrous black hole, heavier than millions and millions of suns combined. That's hard to grasp, but it's real and it's now in the spotlight. Just think about it, our sun is massive beyond belief, and this black hole is equal to millions of them. That's power on a level we can barely comprehend. And now, something is stirring inside it, something no one has seen before. A flip, a twist, maybe even an evolution. Scientists are using the most powerful tools on Earth to monitor it, logging every micro-change, holding their breath for what might come next. Because if this really is a magnetic flip, it's not just a one-time event. It's a clue. A doorway. A moment in science where everything suddenly looks different. And maybe, just maybe, this is only the beginning. If black holes can do this, what else might they be able to do? Have they been doing strange things all along, right under our noses? Maybe we've just been missing the signs. Or maybe this is one of those incredibly rare events that we're lucky to catch once in a lifetime. But what if it's not rare at all? What if black holes all across the universe are flipping and flaring and doing wild things, and we just haven't looked closely enough to see them? That idea is both mind-blowing and a little chilling. It makes you wonder what else the universe is hiding. Could these hidden behaviors influence galaxies? Could they ripple across space in ways we've never considered? Could they even reach us? The more we learn, the more we realize how little we understand. But moments like this magnetic flip, give us a rare glimpse into the truth. So tonight, when you look up at the stars, remember, something huge could be happening right now, so far away that we can barely comprehend it. And yet, we're part of it. A black hole millions of times heavier than our sun, might be spinning, shaking, and firing off energy like a storm building in the dark. And here we are on Earth, watching, wondering, and trying to understand it. It makes us feel small, sure, but also lucky. Because we get to witness it. We get to ask questions, build theories, and maybe, just maybe, discover something extraordinary. The universe just changed, even if we don't fully understand how yet. But this might be the beginning of a whole new chapter in space science. So what do you think? Is this black hole really flipping its magnetic field? Or is NASA hiding something even more terrifying? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing updates from the cosmos.